Hi, I'm Alan Bresnick, Cable Video Practice Leader for Light Reading. I'm in Denver at our Cable Next Gen Technologies and Strategies Conference. I'm speaking to Jason Thibeault, who's Executive Director of the Streaming Video Alliance. Jason.
How you doing, Alan?
All right, thanks for joining us.
It's my pleasure.
Okay. So Jason, you just gave a pitch to the audience here about why cable operators and other pay TV providers should care about online video.
Right.
You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I mean the big thing is that we know a transition is happening, right? Mm-hmm. So people are moving away from the traditional broadcast experience. You know, they're cord cutting, they're cord shaving, right, and they're going more towards online video. And so there's it's not even a pent-up demand, it's a really visible demand. Consumer behavior is changing, that's driving this ball rolling downhill around online video. And so, you know, what the SVA is really about is bringing together all of the players in that space, you know, the cable operators, the technology providers, the service providers, to sort of help them collaborate on defining how that experience should be, because what we really want is parity. And in some ways, online video could be better than broadcast, right? I mean, we could see 4K, 8K, we could see so much more that broadcast may not be able to deliver on, that online video could deliver faster.
Because it could go over a managed network?
Exactly, exactly. So it's really, so all these things are really driving this momentum behind this move and push towards online video. And we're in the middle of it. We're at the sort of intersection of the crossroads to sort of help everybody define the standards and the best practices and the functional requirements and the technical specifications that will make it easier, not only for people to build streaming solutions in the future, but really for a better experience for the end user.
Okay. Now, pay TV providers and online video providers have not exactly been friends up to now.
Correct.
And in fact, they've been competitors and enemies. Is there a sense now that they're ready to collaborate? Are they ready to work together?
I think so. I think our membership base shows that. But even more when you see some of the recent announcements, you know, with Netflix and Comcast or Netflix and Liberty Global, you see OTT providers coming together to network operators, and you see network operators embracing OTT, right? So, you know, CenturyLink recently announced OTT instead of IPTV.
Right.
You had mentioned Frontier said pretty much the same thing. So we're starting to see these changes happening where OTT is a viable means by which to deliver online video content. Now it's just a matter of, can we get the experience right? And can we get the business models right? Because the technology is leading the way,
right,
driven by consumer behavior and demand, and the business models are following.
Right, and the business model is always the key question, right? So
correct.
What's your sense of how the business models might shape up?
You know, I don't really have an answer to that. I mean, at the SVA, we really focus on the technology. So we're focused on how do we build the pieces that will go together and interoperate. So interoperability is a huge issue for us. You know, how do we build those pieces and the interoperability in order to make a great experience and a great streaming solution that anybody can deploy? And we tend to leave the policy questions and the business model questions to the players themselves, right? They need to figure that out themselves.
Besides the business model, what do you see as the biggest challenge of making all this happen?
Wow, I would say right now it's kind of something that you alluded to before, is that, you know, friends and enemies. A lot of people in the industry, these vendors, consider themselves either enemies or friends.
Right.
And I think we're getting to that point where they're more like frenemies. Yes, we need to still consider Netflix competition, but if we don't embrace Netflix, we're going to lose subscribers who are going to get off our platform, and we want them on our platform.
Right.
To be sticky and to keep them as subscribers. And if we don't embrace these OTT providers, you know, the subscribers are going to go away. They're going to go somewhere else.
Right. You said one other really interesting thing in your presentation. You talked about how from the Netflix generation, they don't know what a commercial is. So if that's true, then what happens to TV advertising, which has been paying for TV for 60 years?
Well, I mean, you know, when you look at TV advertising today, it's you've got two types of advertising, right? You've got local market advertising, and you've got sort of run-of-network advertising or national advertising. And I think the national advertising that's going to be the problem, because people aren't going to want to see advertisements that aren't tailored to them. That, you know, why do I want to see something about Toyota when I'm not in the market to buy a car?
Right.
So I really don't need that brand impression. I really want something that is germane to the things that I've been searching for on Google, or that I've been expressing an interest at Home Depot when I've been shopping there, or Amazon even.
Right.
So I think the advertising and the way we create advertising has to change.
Okay. Any sense of what the new advertising might be like?
I think it's going to be, you know, purely my opinion, really going to be personalized. It's really going to be ads that are highly targeted towards specific needs and wants and desires of consumers, and it's going to be based all on data analysis, right? So Google is the largest online advertiser with DoubleClick and Google AdSense. So what happens to the traditional media agency in an age where Google can start to tailor ads in a much more personalized fashion? I mean, they're going to have to revamp the way that they create ads. Ads are going to have to be created, I think, much shorter time span. So it's not going to be a 15-second ad. It's going to be a 5-second ad. So it's going to be much faster and quicker, and that's going to require the whole industry to adjust.
Okay, it's going to be interesting to watch.
Absolutely.
Jason, thanks.
Thank you very much, Alan.
Sure.